Kate, upon arriving in a strange realm surrounded by powerful adversaries and potential allies, must quickly adapt to the rules while dealing with people scrutinizing, hostile, or covetous gazes. Each confrontation with Lawrence is like dancing on the edge of a knife, where a misstep could lead to utter ruin. Yet with her intelligence, bravery, and resilience, Kate gradually finds her footing in this complex environment. Every choice she makes is filled with suspense and uncertainty, gripping the reader's attention as they follow her fate. Chapter 9, Kate POV, but the knocking continues. An unrelenting assault on my eardrums. With a frustrated sigh, I drag myself from the warm embrace of my bed, muttering curses under my breath. My bare feet pad across the cool floor as I stumble towards the door, ready to unleash my sleep-deprived wrath upon the inconsiderate intruder. As I yank the door open, my irritation evaporates, replaced by a sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach. There stands my grandmother, her lithe frame encased in form-fitting workout gear, her steely gaze boring into me with the intensity of a laser. Of course, I think, suppressing a groan. Training day. How could I have forgotten? Good morning, Grandma, but a witch, Grandma. I chirp, plastering on an innocent smile as I step back to allow her entry. How was your night? Her lips thin into a disapproving line. Don't, she says, her voice clipped. We have training. Go get ready. Okay. I mumble, closing the door in her face as I stifle a yawn. So much for avoiding responsibilities. Deciding to forgo a shower until after our grueling session, I shuffle into my closet. I emerge moments later, clad in a black sports bra and matching leggings, a vibrant jacket thrown over the ensemble for a pop of color. My trusty black sneakers complete the look. As I exit my room, I'm met with my grandmother's impatient glare. Let's go, she says, brandishing a map of the mansion. I was able to get the layout. Here's the training room. She points to a small box circled in angry red, a letter beneath it and indicating our destination. Resigned to my fate, I fall into step behind her, silently mourning the loss of my cozy bed and peaceful morning. But I know better than to voice my complaints. In this household, my grandmother's word is law, and training waits for no one, not even on my 8th birthday. We follow the direction on the map. Once again, this mansion is so big. We got to the training room in no time. The room is beautiful with exercising equipment everywhere. This place is well equipped with things unknown to me, but I am willing to try every piece of equipment here. Ma places her bags on the bench by the corner of the room before stretching her hands and legs. Let's start with cardio, she announces, clapping her hands together in an ordering manner. Right now, I am currently laying on the rug of the training room, tired and thirsty, my muscles aching. Ma did push me over my limit today, teaching me different attacking strategies. But with Tiara, still angry with me is not happening at all. She made her way towards me looking all sweaty but relaxed. Take this. You are through for today since you are already so exhausted, she says, handing me a bottle of water. Thank you, I say, sitting up, lugging the water within seconds before pushing my weak and aching body from the training room to my room. Feeling all sweaty and stinky, I got under the shower before doing my morning routine. I wrap a towel around my body, walking into the walk, in closest, deciding on a white tank top, black pencil jeans, and strap black and red button-up shirt. I leave my face bare of any makeup, letting my hair fall on my shoulders, then pairing my outfit with a brown leather boot. Feeling satisfied with my look, I walk out of the closet, planning on finding something to eat. I walk out shocked to find Lily unsitting comfortably on my bed with her signature smile in place. What does she want now? I need a less dramatic day today. No offense, but can I help you? I ask, watching her cautiously. She smiles excitedly, looking up at me. I came to get you for a tour around the house, she explains before walking towards me. I can see you ready. Let go, she announces, dragging me out of the room. Goodbye to my less dramatic day. While walking through the hallways, my stomach growls loudly, gaining her attention, and some pack members walk by. She turns towards me, trying not to laugh. It looks like we have to feed you first. Come with me, yak, apt and obvious. How embarrassing. We walk towards the second wing where the private kitchen is located. Walking in to find the kitchen empty. She directs me to take a seat on the kitchen stool by the counter before watching her prepare scrambled eggs and bacon while she continues chattering about things I have no interest in. I sigh audibly as she dishes the scrambled egg and bacon into a plate before placing it on the table. Eat up. Now I have places to show you, she says, filing a glass with strawberry yogurt before taking a seat on one of the stools. Yeah, I can't wait for that, I say sarcastically. I eat silently while Lillian screws through her phone. A tall, beautiful girl with red, dyed hair dressed in wash-ripped jeans paired with a crop top showing off her well-toned belly. Hey, Britta, Lillian says with a fake smile while watching her every move cautiously. How are you doing? She questions, ignoring the wary look on Lillian's face before casting her judging gaze on me. And who is this? She inquires, giving me a once-over look, not looking pleased. She is the new girl, Lillian informs her before standing from the stool. Let's leave, she says, walking with fast steps out of the room, expecting me to follow her. I place my empty plate and cup before dashing after her. Is that girl? And by the way, this new girl has a name, I say, catching up to her. She looks tensed up. That was Britta. Stay out of her way, okay? She says, still refusing to slow down. Weird, but I let it go anyway. I will surely find out who she is to Lillian. So where are we going now? I question, awkwardly sounding lost. To watch a movie or anything you would like to do, she says, returning to her cheerful self. Okay, I think we should watch a movie. We made our way towards the private TV room. We walk into a big hall with large plasma and chairs around, a center table well decorated with flowers, and the walls painted with gray, black, and white, bringing a comfortable vibe. I watch her walk towards the plasma, taking the TV controller from the receptacle below the plasma. So, under which genre will you like to watch? She says, switching the TV on. Maybe horror. Maybe horror. I shrug, taking a seat on one of the couches. She looked at me in a way that says I just killed her favorite movie actor. Are you serious? No way are we watching that. Let's watch a romance movie instead, she says, placing herself on the couch closer to me. I love romance movies, she announces, smiling widely. Why then did you ask me if you already made up your mind? I question, glaring playfully at her. I thought you would say a romantic movie, not horror, she shrugs. Typical girls things, I say, rolling my eyes at her. She ignores me, deciding on a movie. I am liking this movie. A few minutes into the movie, a man walks, gaining our attention. He has short brown hair, black eyes, looking like he is just in his 20s. Lillian surges towards him, sensing his presence, pulling him in a tight hug. How have you been, Lillian? Miss me? He inquires, showing his perfect white teeth. Elder Matthias. Fine, and yes, I missed you a lot, she says, going in for another hug. And who are you? Pretty lady. He questions, looking towards my direction, letting go of Lillian. Kate David, I say, standing up from the comfy couch. Okay then, you must be the one who was sent to us from Alpha James, he says, stretching his hand for a handshake. Nice to meet you, dear. I accept his hand in a handshake, feeling a fatherly comfort from him. He smiles with a knowing look in his eyes. Lillian, please take me to your father, he says, looking serious and in a business mood. Okay. Kate, sees you later, she calls, leaving the room with him walking behind her. I think this movie is over for now. I should go see what Grandma is up, but I don't know where her room is located. You can use her scent, Tiara suggests, making herself known. Thanks, and I am very sorry for yesterday, I say, apologizing. I am sorry too, she mumbles, cutting the mind link. I followed the scent up towards the last wing is located before locating her room. Not taking my time to knock, I pushed the door open, locking my eyes with something I will forever regret seeing. Standing in front of me is my so-called mate, the girl from earlier called Britta, making out with his hand wrapped around her waist while her hand kept around his neck, pulling him closer to herself. He must have felt my presence because as open locking with mine in emotionals as stare. I refuse to look weak in front of him. I raise my chin up, closing the door, leaving them to enjoy each other company. I don't know why I followed his scent instead of my own, but I wish I didn't. So this is the reason he refused to acknowledge me as his mate, because of that girl, but I won't let him get to me. Never. I hope Tiara sees clearly that he doesn't want us. I decide to walk towards my room instead while making different plans on how to get back at him. The game is on. Chapter 10. Lily and get back here now, oh help me moon goddess, someone help me before I decide to kill and bury Lily and Ness corpse in a well, hidden place where her body would never be found. I was peacefully trying to get my thought together after seeing Lawrence with that redhead girl leading each other's lips, while enjoying and feasting on my favorite ice cream, but this girl called Lily and Clifford snatched my bundle of joy away, and right now I am searching the whole mansion looking for her. When I get you, you are so dead. I say maliciously yelling, but unfortunately for me, I strip over my own feet and then bumped into a wall, no not a wall, but I bumped into a hard chest. I feel the firmness and well-defined six, packing from the sparks and waves of disgust pleasure that travels through me, sending an unwanted image into my mind tells me I just bumped into the big. Ladies and gentlemen, and meet Lawrence, a presumptuous asshole. I close my eyes waiting to meet the cold hard floor and to feel the pain from the fall after he pulls my hand from his chest, but it never came. Instead I was held up by my waist, which caused to flow through my body, enhancing more of the unwanted pressure and images drifting through my mind. I blink my eyes open to meet hazel eyes looking back at me with lethargy before stepping away from his hold, nervously missing the heat radiating from his hand on my waist. Sorry, I say shyly, covering my cheek with my hair, feeling the hotness of my cheek. What's wrong with me? I never blush. This must be the bond trying to mess with my cranium. Yes, it must be, because I am never like this. No problem. I need to have a serious conversation with you in my office, he orders, coldly studying my body language. What a louse. He turns away from me, taking the direction towards his office. Seeing I wasn't making any move to go with him, he turns around looking at me with a raised eyebrow. You don't get to order me around, I say with a hard stare. That good, keep it up. I am your king, so you have to obey my every order, he asserts, giving me a formidable look. I scoff. No, I don't have to. Ask politely or I am not moving an inch from this spot towards your office, I say, crossing my hands over my chest in a fierce posture, meeting his gaze head on. I don't know how long we stood there glaring at each other, waiting for who will back down first, and I am sure I won't be the one. He broke eye contact, looking frustrated. Okay, please come with me, he says, groaning. That was okay, I say with an attitude earning a growl. Will I sound like a hypocrite if I say I love the sound of him growling? I guess I am a hypocrite then. Led the way, I don't have all day to spend doing nothing, I say, smirking, gaining satisfaction from his distress. With him leading the way, we reach a large door. He pushes the door open before walking in, with me trailing behind him. I am wowed by the beauty of his good furniture, office, and vastly spacious. This place is decorated to perfection. I can't believe the size of this place. It's like having a living room, an office, a dining room just in one space. Seat, we need to talk about us, he says, pointing between me and him. Yes, I say, making myself comfortable sitting in front of his desk. He surveyed me for a few minutes before speaking. See, I don't want this, but want what? I question, cutting him off. He sends me a glare. I will not reject you because it will kill both of us. I block him out, knowing his next few sentences. I wasn't expecting him to say these things. Don't get me wrong, but is he willing to let his true mate go because of a self-obsessed girl? Him being the king, I expected more from him. But I won't complain, he is helping me to, because my freedom is more important to me than a dominant, protective alpha male. So do you understand anything I just explained? He questioned, emotionals as like cutting through my thoughts. His gaze on me is so intense, making me squirm on my seat. I don't need a mate either, so don't worry about anything. I will stay out of your way, and you can do whatever you like with your sluts, I say, angrily, disguising my fear and pain pushing through my heart from both his words and mine. I wasn't expecting much from you, but are you a swine to let me suffer the pain of this bond while you are fooling around with your slut? I ask, feeling disappointed. Not waiting for his reply, I left his office, banging his door shut, making sure to hear a crack. What a mutt. I will let him know that I don't need him. I will let him know that I am an independent woman. I utter, giving encouraging words to myself. I decide to continue my search by heading towards the movie room. Reaching there, I found Lillian and Erson sitting in the love seat watching a TV show while Jack sits on the armchair screwing through his phone. Hi, guys, I say, sitting lazily on the armchair closer to Jack. What have you been up to? Lillian inquires, innocently wiggling her eyebrows. Don't You ask me that after you ran away with my ice cream. I say, glaring at her while Anderson just smiles, playing with the tip of her hair. Sorry about that. She says, not even a little bit sorry, it was the last one remaining. I was too lazy to go buy another one. She says, pouting. Whatever. I accept your apology. I say, looking at the TV show that was playing on the plasma. I watch the TV show with them, laughing at Jack, who keeps shouting at the TV. He is a reserved and funny guy when you get to know him. But as they say, the first impression always matters. And for me, I just watched them with amusement, with a newfound respect for them. After some time we got hungry and went to the dining room for dinner. You see, it is a tradition we eat dinner together and the pack eats separately. But because we came here as a guest, we are allowed to eat with royals. Weird if you ask me. Today has been somewhat a fun day, even with having a foolhardy king for a mate. Chapter 11. Lauren's POV. I watch her walk out of my office, infuriated, almost yanking the door out with contrition clawing in my... I snap my eyes towards the door, hearing a knock on the door before Pa Elder Matthias walks in with a wide smile on his lip, conveying a brighter look to his features. When did you get back, Pa? I inquire, going for a hug. I study his features. This man looks younger, even though he is already in his 50s, with his short brown hair, green eyes, and sharp jawline complementing his looks. But at the back of my mind, I still question why he hasn't seen his mate yet, because I know his mate would be so lucky to have him. A few hours ago, I went to see your father because we have unfinished business, he says, smirking while making his way towards the couch with me right behind him. I thought you guys ended that already. I say, shaking my head in amusement. Dad and Pa have this tradition of anyone who goes for a long time work must buy drinks for the other. Very unusual, I think. Yes, we still do. I saw Kate leaving your office looking inflamed, he says, concisely, waiting to confirm his thoughts on this matter. Yes, she is my mate, but I notified her I'd need a mate, not right now when everything is very complicated. I say, avoiding the disappointment in his eyes. Why would you do that? She is your mate. You true mate. He says, making emphasis on the true mate. What's wrong with you, son? He says, looking at me in shock. I want her, no, I need her, but something is pulling me back and I don't know what it is. I say softly in thought. I understand. He says, laying his hand on my shoulders, but you let out fast before you lose her. He says with understanding in his voice. I welcome his fatherly advice and sentiments, thanks. This means a lot to me, I say, hugging him. That is why I idolize this man, he always understands me so. How was the meeting? I hope you were able to persuade them, I say, changing the subject. Thank goddess, he took the hint. Yes, Alpha King. It went well, they will be sending it by tomorrow, he says, going through his bag placed beside the couch. I didn't even notice he carried in a bag. And one more thing, Jack will be training the warriors on the new blueprints, he says, handling files to me, which I took, reading through it. Okay, but we have to send. I was cut off by a knock on the door. Come in. I say, looking towards the door as Jack walks in any headway. I question, going straight to the point, focusing my attention back on the files, reading through some of the plans crafted out on the file. Yes, morning, Pack sent Kate and Alex information. Here is it. He says, handling the files to me, and also the rogue problem going on in the Sunshine Pack has been deciphered for the meantime. That could keep me updated on any more attacks. I say, placing Kate and Alex files together with other Pack members' files to go through it later. He bowed before leaving the office after acknowledging Pa's presence. As I was saying, we have to send warriors over there, I say, looking toward Pa. Yeah, I will get that arranged. He tells. Okay. I will finalize this and get back to you. If that all. For now. I will be going to see your mom now before she decides to kill me for not coming to check on her first. He says, standing to his feet before leaving the room. I have been in my office for 3 hours going through the files, and I need to rest before I go hysterical from working too much. After putting things in order, I leave, making my way towards Mom's room. Her room is located on the east wing of the house. The room is well decorated to her liking with flowers and bright colors, as she loves nature and the presence of it around her. I walk in without announcing my presence by knocking, finding her talking with Levi seated on her bed, gaining their attention. Levi looks up from the book he was reading with a smile in place. Hey bro, how has it been? You look pale, he says, grinning widely. Mom believes I should be less serious and include more fun into my life, but you have to be ferocious to rule over a large kingdom like this one. I am okay. Just exhausted. I say, looking at him with raised eyebrow, knowing the reason. Here? What are you doing here? I ask anyway, walking towards the bed, taking a seat beside Mom. I am here to spend time with Mom. He says innocently. You know what I mean, Levi. You only come here when you need something or have a problem. I say, matter of fact, receiving a glare from him. Lawrence, do you need anything? And stop taunting your brother. Mom says, raising her eyebrows at me. Nothing, just came to see you. I say, tapping on my phone. So have you talked to Kate yet? She questions, giving me a look. Yes, I told her the truth. I say, sighing, wishing she asked no more question on this matter. They should all drop this. I can take care of this my way and at my juncture. Which is? Asked Levi. I told her I'd need a mate. I say, focusing my attention on my phone, trying to act relaxed. Lawrence, you can't do this to her. You both need each other to survive. What's an alpha king without his mate? This will just cost you pain. She states, looking at me with pleading eyes. They don't understand that I can't do that, not right now. Not when I can't even comprehend what's happening. Or what is stopping me from making a move. I know what I am doing. Trust me, Mom, I say, looking into her eyes. I feel like I am saying this more to myself than to her. Okay. So I trust you know what you are doing. She says, smiling, even though it didn't reach her eyes, that I know she understands. Okay, I am starving. I would like to eat now. Levi says, walking towards the door. We left Mom's room, going towards the dining room. Getting their dad, Jack, Lillian, Pa, Alex, and Anderson were already seated discussing and laughing. This girl is always late. Chapter 12, Kate POV. I stride into the dining room late because I overslept thanks to someone. Lily unforced me to go see her best friend called Becca. She is a bit shy and reserved around strangers, but all the same friendly. And lovely when you get to know her. I got to know all this because I might not be people-friendly, but I am a great judge of character. We talked more like they talked because I was locked in my thoughts, not trying to get too comfortable with them. It was so boring if you ask me, or maybe I was the one being boring, not adding a viewpoint on any topic they choose to converse about. We also went shopping, adding to the reason why I am so stressed out right now. Going into different stores, trying out different outfits is so stressful, but not for them. So Lillian was able to coax me into going shopping with her without my volition. They later decide to have compassion on me by taking me to a restaurant to feed my raging stomach. I returned worn out and in need of sleep, so I decided to sleep for a few minutes, which led to me entering into the dining room almost an hour late for dinner. I stride into the room, sitting close to Lawrence. I quote Lily in exact words, "Why don't you take a seat beside Lawrence, then I will be able to talk to you quietly so the boys won't be able to hear our conversation." Lily in exact words, like the boys ANT likens with enhanced hearing ability. Lily told me you both visited Baca today. Says Elise is starting a conversation with me. Yeah, even though it was a waste of time. I say, mumbling the last part. Becca is a very nice girl. She and Lily are very close, even more like sisters. I know you would get along with her. She says with a smile. Too nice for her. Good. Becca is very friendly and open-minded. I shrug. Britta the slut walks in, getting every onus attention on her. I guess I am not the only one late for dinner. She takes a seat opposite me with a mischievous smile on her lips. Just my luck. Hi, sweetheart, she says seductively, placing a kiss on Lauren's cheek. Disgusting, sweetheart, very uncalled for. Kate is jealous. Tiara says in a sing-song tone. Please. Me jealous? No way, I am just concerned about my virgin eyes. He can do whatever he likes. I don't care. I say nonchalantly. I snap out of my thoughts, hearing Britta the slut directing her words to me. Damn. I need to stop calling her that. Wow, the ugly duckling knows how to act civilized. I am perplexed about who is more of an ugly duckling. She thinks hiding under so many layers of makeup would make her look appealing. What a farce. I get she has curves in the right places compared to be me, which doesn't mean she has to throw it in my face being a bitch about it. Do you know it's absurd referring to me as an ugly duckling when you behave more like a female werewolf? I smirk mockingly at her. Don't you dare talk to me like that, you wretch. she says angrily, eyes burning through me with fury. Don't worry, I know we will never get along. I say, matter of fact, faking hurt, but not to worry, I have female werewolves like you back at my pack who are whores and I don't get along with them, because they seem to hate me for no just reason. I say, pouting, enjoying the furious look on her face. I mean, I should get scared and hurt because you don't like me since you are the king's girlfriend, but I just don't give a damn about your feelings towards me. I say, adding flames to her fury. If only looks could kill, I would be rolling in my grave 6 feet under the ground. You bye, she gets cut off by Lawrence. Enough, Kate, you don't talk to her that way, show some esteem. He says, glaring at me. No way will I let him speak to me that way, you are chastising me for this. She disrespected me first and I won't keep quiet and let her say those things to me, I say, glaring at them both. Then, to make things clear, respect is attained and not requested, I say, coldly balling my fist under the table. You will respect me as your king and you will also respect her. If you don't, you will be punished, he commands angrily. He gripes the table angrily while others watch us quietly. I meet his furious gaze head on, not a bit fazed by his anger since my fury was over the edge. I don't respect nobody and you don't get to speak to me in that manner, I says. We both growl at each other, not breaking the intensity of our anger. Britta squirms in her seat, uncomfortable from the level of dominance in the air. So is everyone. Kate, stop it now. What are you doing talking to the Alpha King that way, says Ma with anger and fear laced in her voice. What do you expect from a girl like her? Britta says, glaring at me. Doesn't she ever keep shut? After that argument we ate in silence, more like intention. Britta kept throwing dirty glances at me throughout the dinner and I ignored her, of course, not wanting to get into more trouble. Now I am right here in my room listening to my speech on reverence. Help me, Moon Goddess, to get out of this alive. Are you paying attention to me, Kate? She asks angrily, glaring at me. I say, yes, Ma. But you're not getting my message across. They insulted me first, I can't sit and watch anyone disrespect me. I say, making my point known. No, I don't like being pushed around no matter if he's the Alpha King or not. Is might insist to fight back. I say, trying to make her understand. No, you don't understand what I am saying. I expect you to behave this way, but don't let your pride get the best of you. She says, raising her voice a little. I will behave, but not when someone is trying to bring me down. I won't take nonsense from no one. I say, leaving the comfort of my bed towards the bathroom with her calling after me to not walk away from her. I am not going to apologize to anyone. Oh, Moon Goddess, this my so called mate is getting on my nerves. Help me not to do something I will be sure to regret later. Chapter 13. Oh, Moon Goddess, I groaned, getting up from the bed, with anger buzzing inside me, making her ugly head known before walking lazily towards the bathroom to carry out my morning routine. Today is not going to be a good day. I can feel it from the anger bubbling inside me. This always happens. Anytime I wake up feeling angry, it means I am a ticking time bomb waiting to explode, annihilating anything you say or do. We get me irritated and irate easily, and the last thing I want right now is to get into more trouble with Ma. I am so certain someone will upset me, and I may end up killing someone today. I put toothpaste on my toothbrush before standing in front of the mirror by the sink. After taking a relaxing shower, I came out brushing my hair with a towel wrapped around me. I changed into black leggings, a gray sweater, black scarf around my neck paired with my red and white sneakers before stepping out of the closet since I don't have training today, according to my yesterday after the argument we had. Quoting her words, no training tomorrow because I and you are going somewhere and don't think you can escape this, as if I even care about having to train today. Just thinking about yesterday increases the hostility I am feeling. Please help me, Moon Goddess, I pray. Closing the room door behind me. If I were to be back in my pack, I would have been locked in my room right now. I'd have to try my best, Somatos, and find out. I need my freedom today. I make my way into the kitchen, finding the place empty as usual. I serve myself a plate of rice and a glass of water. After eating, I decided to go for a walk in the open field surrounded by houses. I am trying to relieve the rage and the need to hit something so badly by taking a walk, feeling the cool air entering into my lungs, calming my nerves down. I walk, noticing werewolves, pups going about their daily routine. This is a place mainly meant for Lycan and a few werewolves, while the outer depths of Kingdom are meant for other supernatural beings to keep peace and unity. I wonder the number of werewolves population here. Maybe 5,000, just guessing. While walking, I felt someone tug the sleeve of my sweater to get my attention. I looked down to find a cute little girl with black hair put into a high ponytail, chubby cheeks, and cute, adorable eyes. "Excuse me, can you get my brother's ball?" "It up there," she says, pointing toward the forest. "What your name, little one?" I asked, taking her hands in mine with a soft smile on my lips. "My name is Rebecca," she says, grinning widely with her ponytail bouncing as she jumps happily. "Mine is Kate." I say sweetly, "Okay, come show me where the ball is," I say, letting her lead the way. We got inside the forest where she pointed towards a tree with a ball stuck in one of the branches. "How did the ball even get there?" "Okay, wait here while I get up there," I say, moving towards the tree. I climb up the tree, watching my step. In no time I got the ball from the tree, handling it to her. "Here you go, dear, take care of yourself, okay? And be careful not to get the ball stuck again," I advise before placing a kiss on her forehead. She waves me goodbye before running off happily before making my way back towards the mansion. I walk into the movie ring, voice coming from the TV, walking in to find Lawrence and Lillian addressing some pack mates. "Here you are. Where have you been?" Lillian asks curiously. I roll my eyes at her, exploring why. I ask, ignoring the fact that she just gave me an order. "Nothing, just needed your help for something." "Why don't we watch a movie?" she suggests before walking towards the plasma. "What do you say, Lawrence?" she asks, glancing at Lawrence with a smirk. "Do whatever you like," he says, tapping on his phone. I walk towards the couch closer to the TV. We sit in the movie room watching a movie before Anderson joins us. "Kate, you here? Didn't I ask you to come to see me since we meet to discuss, young lady?" Ma says, walking towards me with Elder Matthias and Thomas right behind her. "Yes, Ma. I am ready now." "Let go," I sigh, not willing to argue with her right now. She took me to a cafe shop not too far from the mansion, refusing to discuss anything with me. Immediately we make ourselves comfortable in a booth in the cafe. We order coffee while she keeps meeting my eyes with a serious look in her eyes. "What is it, Ma?" "You have been giving me the same look for the past 5 minutes already," I say, with a scowl on my countenance. "I talked with Elder Matthias and Thomas," she says, sipping from her coffee. "Oh, that was why I saw you with them. What did you guys talk about?" I ask, hitting my nails of the table out of boredom. "Kate, I think it's time we join this pack," she says with a hidden smile on her lips. "I am not joining this pack. We are leaving this pack, going somewhere not here or my dad's pack," I say, leaving no room for argument. They must be crazy thinking I will join this pack after all the plans and dreams I have for me and Ma. I am not ready to be bonded by the rules or regulations of any pack. I crave freedom, and I don't think I will get that by joining this pack or any other pack. "Why not? Everything is going well here. And your mate is here," she questions, looking confused. I say no, and I don't have a mate here, I say, snapping at her. She looks at me with shock evident in her eyes. "Here, Jec," she tries saying as her voice cracks with unknown emotions. I cut her off, yes and no, run my hand through my hair. I am not ready to have this conversation right now. Everything is just too complicated. "I am not happy here," I say, softly, pleading with her to see reasons with me. She took my hand in hers. "Okay, I will give you more time to get used to this place." I sigh, giving up and trying to change her mind. "Okay, I will think over this," she replies with a happy smile on her lip. "I am also sorry for snapping at you. I am just not feeling myself today." "That not good, you can't be here, let go," she says, getting up from her seat in panic. "Ma, it's a right. You are here if anything happens. And also they're all going to suspect something if you just lock me in my room," I say, holding her hands. "Okay, be careful. But we still have to leave this place now," she says, placing the bill on the table before pulling me up. We make our way towards the door. We also stopped to collect some things from a friend of Elisa before making our way back to the mansion. Reaching the mansion, it was already time for dinner, so we just made our way towards the dining room for dinner. I sat down in my usual seat, which is on the right side of Lawrence and opposite Britta. "Alex, were you able to get it from her?" Elisa inquires, looking towards Ma. "Yes, I gave it to a maid to place it in your room," she explains, while Britta keeps staring at me with disdain clear in her eyes. "Can you stop giving me that look of disdain?" I say rather calmly, not to cause another showdown. She laughs humorously. "You are sure a good actress, hiding your true self under that nonchalant attitude," she says spitefully. What is that supposed to mean? I ask, finding no humor in her statement. She places her cutlery down before locking her hands together on the table with a ferocious look on her face. Kate, why don't you tell us about yourself? Everybody will like to know you better. Britta says, smirking. What? I ask suspiciously. You heard me. Lillian, won't you want to know something about late? She announces, looking at Lillian with a smirk across her lips. After all, she is your friend, so it will be great to know more about her. I would love so much to rip that presumptuous look off her face. Yes, but not when we are having dinner. Lillian says, laughing awkwardly. No, I am really curious to know. She injects, staring at everyone before looking back at me. Kate, why don't you tell us? I am also sure the Alpha King will also love to know what kind of threat you would bring to the kingdom, she urges, grinning before smiling innocently at Lawrence. Britta drops it. Lawrence declares, not paying attention to anything going on. She is up to something, says Tiara. I know, but I have no idea what she is plotting. I say before blocking the link. I meet her gaze with a smirk on my lip. You can play at this game, okay? My name is Kate David, as you already know, I say before clearing my throat. My parents are both dead, so I was taken care of by my grandma. That all you should know about me, I say. But I was thinking your dad is the Alpha of Morning Pack, who is still well alive. Asked Jack, looking confused. Before I can answer, Britta beat me to it. Yes, the Alpha is her dad, but she was disowned by him and also by her brother, she says coldly while everyone stared in shock except Ma. Stop saying hogwash. I say, fighting the impulse to smash her face in. Why, Kate, does the truth hurt that much? She asks bitfully. She murdered her mum, so she was banned from calling herself BLP. She continues before receiving a loudly growl from Lawrence as his murderous starelock with hers. Britta, put an end to this nonsense or leave this dining room, Lawrence orders with fury in his eyes. What? I only confess the truth here. She says innocently she killed her mother. Why then is she still alive? You are despicable, she says, glaring at me with resentment. My vision clouds with red, meaning I am out to end this bitch worthless life. How dare you to speak about what you know nothing about? You vixen, I say, flashing my claws and canines at her. If you want to see the end of today, you better keep your mouth shut. My voice sounds different as Tiara creeps to the surface, trying to take control of my body. She flashes her claws and canines, ready for a fight. Before anyone could blink, I pin her against the wall with my hand wrapped around her neck, cutting her lungs from receiving air. My claws dig into her flesh, letting the blood run down her neck. You forgot to mention one tiny detail, I say, malicious. I killed my mom and I was just inside her, so it won't hurt me to end your worthless life. Within, I say, holding her neck tightly, gaining satisfaction as she whimpers, clawing at my hand to get much needed air to survive. I lick my canines, seeing blood running down her neck, enticing my taste buds. I growl loudly, going for the kill, but someone throws me away from my prey, making me growl, digging my claw into the arm wrapped around me protectively. I feel heat and waves of spark going through my body from the body holding me tightly. I whine, burying my face into the person's neck, enjoy the spark and the delicious scent coming from the person. Enough, Kate. You have to calm down, a voice pleads, snapping me out of my dazed state. I need to teach that pesky she-wolf a lesson for humiliating me. I release myself from the person's hold on me before walking towards my prey. The smell of fear and blood draws me nearer. Okay, Kate, just focus on my voice, a voice says, pulling me back into the delicious scent. I try focusing on the familiar voice. I breathe in, burying my face into the person's neck, savoring comfort and safety. But leave here, a voice says, pulling me away from the protective hand around me. I growl and protest, clinging more into the person. Kate, go with your maul, Kale. Let me take care of things here. Lawrence things his, running his hand through my hair. I pull away from him, meeting his intense gaze on me. Go with her, I promise to come after you. When I am done here, he says, kissing my hair softly before placing a kiss on my forehead. I pout reluctantly before pulling away from him, letting Ma out of the room with my gaze still locked on him. She directs me into an empty room before walking out, locking the door behind her. I try going after her, but she locked me in. I growl at the closed door, feeling my anger build up once again before taking it out of the room. Chapter 14, Lawrence POV. My gaze locks with hers as she walks out the door, looking reluctant to leave. I can't get my head over what just happened. She was in an assassin mode, ready to assassinate everything that crosses her path. Unbelievable. I watch as some pack nurse pick Britta, taking her out of the room. Kate did a lot of damage to Britta. I just hope she learns from this experience. I sigh, running my hand through my hair, finding everyone still in shock. What just happened? Levi asks, looking mystified. I know not to mess with her from now on. Levi says, sounding amused. Me to Pa exclaimed while Alex walks into the room looking tired. Is she alright? Mom asks Alex with concern lacing her voice. Yes, she is, but she needs some rest for about 2 or 3 days. Alex says, sighing tiredly. Her wolf must be very powerful to react this way. Dad says after a few minutes of silence. She has no wolf. Alex says, surprising everyone while focusing her gaze on the floor, looking tense. What? I ask, bewildered, gaining everyone's attention. I feel she has a very powerful wolf in my like and feels it too. She's just so dominant to be wolfless. What do you mean by she doesn't have a wolf? Asked Lillian, looking bewildered. She has not shifted yet. Alex says, frustration lacing her voice. So you are saying I am mated to a wolf-less werewolf? I say, sternly trying to process this new information. But how? Anderson asks, ignoring my words. I don't know how. She shrugs before focusing her attention on me. Thank you for stopping Kate from doing what she would regret later, I reply with a nod. Please excuse me, I will like to go to bed now, she says, leaving no room for more questions. She glances at Pop, lettingly avoiding everyone's confused eyes before leaving. I know there is more to what she is letting out, says Travis suspiciously. I stare at Pop questioningly with a raised eyebrow. I feel so too. But why would she be hiding the truth from us? I question. Pop notices my gaze on him before breaking eye contact, making me more suspicious. I walk out of the room after talking with Dad and Mom, with them trying to make me speak to her after she wakes up. I went to my office to clear up packwork, hoping to clear my thoughts by doing something not related to my mate. I know I promised to go see her after taking care of things, but I don't want to get too attached to her. I wake up to whispers coming from Anderson and Lillian behind my door, deciding on who should wake me up. I don't blame them, because the last time someone woke me up I went alpha mode on everyone. I value my morning sleep but make expectations for morning meetings. Coming, guys. You succeeded in waking me up with all the whispering, I say, getting up from the bed before checking the time on my phone. Why are you doing outside my door this early? I say huskily as they walk in. We just came to inform you on the issue regarding the meeting Elder Matthias attended, Anderson says, holding Lillian's hands tightly like he rather is sun facing me right now. Okay, meet me in my office 30 minutes from now, I say, getting up from the bed, making my way into the bathroom. Is Kate still unconscious? I ask, cautiously. Yes, we checked on her. Alex says it will take 23 days. Lillian says with a frown. Okay, thanks, I say, going into the bathroom. I do my morning routine before leaving, making it towards my office. I feel like what happened yesterday was my fault. I should have put Britt in her place, not letting her disrespect Kate in that manner. I also feel there is more to the story. How can Kate's father act that way with her? I sigh loudly, entering my office. I am so confused with so many unanswered questions in mind. It irritates me when I feel nothing but helpless. I can't even protect my mate, and it is so damn frustrating. I walk into my office to find Anders already waiting for me. So what were the alpha words? I say, taking a seat opposite him with my hands locked together in front of me, waiting for his reply. He said yes, and he agrees to your requirements. He says, handling the files to me. That good, but did he sign the treaty together with his beta and gamma? I ask, opening the file. This agreement is regarding offering protection to his pack through an alliance. Yes, I made sure of it, he says with a nod of his head. Okay, let's get prepared to send some of our warriors down there, I say, closing the file. We bury our heads into more packworks until just a little while. Okay, that will be all, I say, dismissing Anderson before leaving my office. My Lycan has been restless knowing his mate is unconscious, so I decided to go towards Kate's room instead of trying to put my mind at rest. I doubt it will help. I walk into her room to find her asleep. I make my way towards the bed before taking a seat on the edge of the bed, watching her sleep peacefully. I brush her hair off her face, studying her every feature. I just feel like kissing those pink lips. Vampire deception. I tried Mason and EY Gwet. As an undocumented changeling, I'm forced to code as a low-level witch. Kiss her. Get it together, Lawrence. The mate bond is strengthened with every moment we spend together. I don't think I can stay away from her much longer because it's getting difficult and fighting everything in me from claiming her as mine. I brush my hand into her soft brown hair, placing a tender kiss on her forehead before leaving her room. I need to keep my distance from her. Chapter 15, Unknown POV. We arrived at the Pack Hospital where Elisa was taken into a room to get the pup out. I am currently holding on to Hunter and also trying to get James to calm down. She will be alright, okay? Everything will be fine. I say to James more to myself than him. My heart keeps beating fast and I can hear it fighting to leave my chest. I am scared for my friend, but I have to hold it in for the sake of her little pup and her dread mate here with me. I gasp in pain, feeling something pulling through my heart slowly while James holds his heart in pain. No, it can't be, I continue saying in disbelief, while holding on to the crying pup in my hand tightly. I felt broken both physically and mentally. The pain I feel in my heart is a mix of emotion, happiness, and sadness. I fall lazily on the bench with tears rolling down my cheeks. I look towards the open door as the Pactor walk toward us. Is she all right? Tell me, Dr. James demanded, sounding wounded. No, we tried, but at the last minute she went into labor and she's taking her last breath now. She would like to see you both now. The doctor, whose name is Ethan, says, leading us into the room of Elisa. Immediately I set my eyes on her. I was broken. She looked so weak. Her eyes were no longer bright and she was looking pale. I rushed to her side, sitting next to her on the bed. She smiled weakly at me. Look at her, isn't she pretty, she says, pointing toward the crib by her bedside. I bring my eyes to the little angel inside the crib. Indeed, she looks like you, I say, smiling. Yes, for real, she looks just like her mom, having amber eyes. Brown hair, so cute and innocent. The doctor says since she was giving birth 2 months early, she would take time developing and also needs to be monitored for any problem that would arise. She explains with a blank look on her countenance. I will be. BBRE. Breathing my last. She says with her voice breaking as sad tears rolled down her cheek. She looked at me with hopeful eyes. Please take care of her. I am naming her Kate Darby David, she says, holding my hands tightly with tears rolling down her cheeks, making me flinch at my middle name. I promise to be there for her and love her like she is mine. I say, but it hurt me more saying these things and knowing I won't be able to keep my promise. Call James for me and Hunter, my son, she says, barely above a whisper. I was too focused on her to notice Jan's absence. I walk outside to find him holding Hunter's little hands while resting lazily by the wall, looking at his feet. James, she will like to see you and Hunter now, I say, gaining his attention. I can't, the pain is too much to confront, he says, looking towards me with pain-filled eyes, making him look twice older than his age. She needs you now more than ever, I say, walking towards him. He nods his head in understanding. Taking Hunter from him, we walk into the room. She smiled weakly at her son. Hi, sweetie. I placed Hunter on the bed beside her. Mom, what's wrong? He asks, looking into his mother's eyes, confused. I worry for this little boy losing his mother at this young age. I can't bring myself to look into his eyes anymore. Son, look, son, look. Here is your sister, Kate, she says, smiling. He raises his head, looking into the crib. My sister. Dad, see, I have a baby sister, he says, grinning widely at the cute baby. Elisa, my love, it is because of this cursed child I am about to lose you. I can't tolerate seeing this pup, he says, looking at the baby with hatred. No, James, this pup is blessed for something great. I can feel it. She's meant to see the world, she says, trying to reason with him. We tried removing her, but here she is. Tears were now rolling down my eyes, just looking at how vulnerable my best friend is. James, please accept her. She needs your love, not hated. Please be with her as she takes every step of her life. Please be both a father and a mother to our pups, she says, coughing. I rush to her side, holding her hand in mine. It's time for me to live. Please watch over my baby girl. Tell her stories about me, she says. She looks into my eyes pleadingly before staring into Jane's eyes longingly with pain. I will always love you. Don't let the pain of losing me turn your heart dark and filled with hate towards my innocent baby girl, she pleads with a sad smile on her lip. I love you so much, James says, refusing to meet her eyes. Hunter, you have to be a big brother to your sister, okay? She says, smiling, running her hands through his hair. Yes, Mom. No one would come close to her, he says, hitting his chest, making Elisa laugh weakly. Are you leaving me? He asks, laying his head on her chest, glimmer of tears in his eyes. Yes, but I will always be here when you need me, she says, touching his chest. Mom, please don't leave me, he says, crying into her chest. I don't want you to leave me and Daddy. Sweetheart, Mama is not going anywhere. She will be here with you even though you can't see her, I say, patting his back as he cries. Your baby sister needs a big brother, so don't crying or she will start crying too, she says, playing with the pup's hand in the crib. Okay, he says, sniffing. She looked at the pup with tears clouding her eyes. Please don't let her lose this innocent look in her eyes, she says, sighing heavily. She rests her head on the bed, breathing heavily. Elisa, I say, in a panic. She smiled weakly, looking into space. A life for a life. Thank you, Moon Goddess, for this privilege, she says, taking a deep breath before closing her eyes, taking her last breath, leaving this world. My friend was gone forever. I wrenched in pain, sobbing. I can't believe Elisa was gone. I cried not for my dead friend, but this little pup's now without a mother. Why, Moon Goddess, why, I ask you? I was snapped from my thought by a painful howl from James. I understand him losing his mate is the most painful experience ever. It was then followed by an angry growl. He walked out of the hospital with me following behind, along with crying Hunter by my side. He stopped at the center of the field. Listen, your Luna is dead and was killed by the cause child growing in her. The child survived, but my order is no one should ever call her my child. Anyone who disobeys this order will be punished, he orders in his alpha tone, making everyone bows in submission and confusion, but no one dares object. He walks back into the pack house with Hunter beside him, crying while holding his hand tightly. I walk back into the hospital, taking the baby from the crib before locking my eyes with the lifeless body of my best friend, but the last time before leaving to the pack house to have a serious talk with James. I enter into his office to find him looking through the window at the forest outside with a blank face. What do you want, and get that child away from me, he says, growling at me. I came to ask you why you did that after what Elisa told you, I say, sounding harsh. I never told her I will accept this pup, he says without looking my way. But she is your pup. He cut me off before I could continue. She not my pup, and please get out of my office before I do something I will regret, he says coldly. I walk out of his office with the baby wailing in my hands. I don't know what else to do, where to go, but my legs led me to a small house far from the pack house. I knock on the door. I don't know what I am doing here. Before I could turn back, the doors was opened by a beautiful lady with beautiful green eyes. Her brown hair tied into a bun. Come in and take a seat, she says, snapping me out of my trance. I walked into the house. It looks better inside than the outside, with a small room having two couches with a TV attached to the wall, and by the right the kitchen and stairs leading up. My name is Alex Kara, and the baby must be the dead Luna pup, she says, pointing to the baby in my hands. Yes, her name is Kate Darby David. I will like to give her to you. Please help me take care of her, I say with pleading eyes. I don't know what made me want to hand over this pup. Maybe it, because I am so confused about what to do, so giving up this pup to a stranger is my only option. No problem, it will be my pleasure to take care of this pup, she says, taking Kay from me. Thank you very much. Where is your mate? I hope you won't mind, I ask, looking around. No, I haven't found my mate yet, she says, walking up the stairs. I followed behind her. Okay, was all I could say. We chatted for a while. She places Kate in one of the rooms, hoping to buy a baby crib and other things later. After making sure everything was okay, I left her house, going back to the pack house. I am still confused about what I just did, but maybe it is for the best because I can't keep her with me. I promise to come back for her when I am ready. I make my way into Jane's office. I am leaving from here. I say, not meeting his gaze on me. I left Kate with Alex Kara. She lives close by the forest ring. I am hoping one day you would accept her as your daughter, I say, walking out of his office without giving him time to reply. I don't know where to go, but I need to leave, to forget the pain eating its way into my whole being. I made the short walk to my house. I pack my things in haste, not to alert my parents or anybody. I load my things into my car, staring at the house, which holds so many memories, with a heart filled with sadness. I hope you forgive me for this, I say before getting into the car and then driving off. Elisa, I know I am a coward for running away, but I can't just bear this pain of losing you. I need to clear my head and forget about everything. Please forgive me. I drive past the border feeling my link with the pack break. Tears cloud my eyes, rolling down my cheek, making it difficult to see and to breathe. Chapter 16. KPOV. I wake up with a headache after I almost ended someone's life. My body feels like it ran through hard walls. I groan getting up from the bed. I look around, seeing everywhere neat. It must be Ma who brought me back to my room. I glance at the clock on my nightstand. It reads noon. I must have been sleeping for 3 days now, because it usually takes that long for me to recover my strength. I walk lazily into the bathroom. I need to take a bath because I sank. I do my morning routine, brush my hair, tied it into a ponytail. I wrap a towel around my body before walking into the walk-in closet, changing into matching dunnies with blue net-ripped jeans and a green crop top paired with a camouflage green jacket. Satisfied with my look, I walk out of the room towards the kitchen to feed my raging stomach. After eating, I cleaned up my mess before waking towards the movie room in search of everyone. I check everywhere, not everywhere since it is a mansion, but I check every room I know I could find them, but I could not find anyone. Getting tired of the search, I make my way towards the front doors. "Hey," I say, gaining the attention of a pack member going towards the door leading outside. "Yes, you need anything?" she asks with a fake smile. "Where is everyone?" I ask with a frown. "Oh, everyone is at the field. Today is a training day according to the Alpha King," she says. Looking at this girl, she must be in her 20s, having blonde hair, blue eyes, and average in height. "Thanks," I say before making my way towards the field. I have been there before, since this is the place I saw Rebecca, that little cute girl. Reaching there, it was surrounded by pack members, some fighting, cheering, and while some chatting, not even paying attention to what's going on. I look around looking for my grandma until I saw her laughing with Elisa, Thomas, and Elder Matthias. Deciding to let them know I am here, I made my way towards them across the field. "Hi, Kate. I hope you are okay now." Elisa inquiries. Immediately I stand before them. "Yes, and I am so very sorry for what happened the other day," I say, feeling guilty for what I did. "Who am I kidding? I spoiled their dinner and turned into an angry, starving blood monster." "No problem, dear. Lillian is over there in case you're wondering where she is," she says, pointing towards Lillian, who is talking with Jack, Becca, Anderson a few feet away from us. I reply with a smile before waving them goodbye. Instead of making my way towards Lillian, I walk towards the people fighting, not really in the mood to chat right now. I need to work my muscles after being unconscious for 3 days. I need to kick some asses. "Hey baby, what are you doing here? Are you here to cheer us on?" A guy with blonde hair and a bit of brown at the tip says with a stupid smirk playing on his lips. "No darling, I came here to play," I say with a smirk. "I have many places you can play with," he says, resting his hands on my shoulder. I shake his hand off angrily. "I meant I came here for a challenge, but I can beat your ass without any assistance, which would teach you a lesson on respect," I say smugly with a smirk. "But these assholes are taking me to be a jester. They won't be thinking that very soon. How about if I show you how not to underestimate anyone by challenging you to a fight?" I say, glaring at him. "Sweetheart, I won't like to injure your pretty face," he says with fake concern, "so go to your friends and gossip because we are all busy, you arrogant prick." "I can't wait to remove that smirk off your face," I say, angrily dragging him into the fighting circle. "I will very much enjoy teaching him how to respect a lady. It is not too late to back down," he says. Immediately I release my hold on him. "Oh, trust me, I won't," I say, stretching my hands and legs. "Okay, let's fight," he says while a man walks in between us. "Is this a friendly fight or show of dominance?" he asks both of us. "Friendly," I reply. "Okay. You know the rules." We both nod. "You may begin," he says, leaving the circle. I felt someone's eye boring through me intensely. I turn to find Lawrence staring at me with an unreadable expression. I pull off my jack, handling it over to a guy standing outside the circle before averting my eyes towards my opponent standing defensively while waiting for his attack. Like I expected, he attacked first, but I was able to block his punches, throwing my own, hitting him on the face before he could deliver another punch-ile and a kick to his stomach, making him fall back. I took this opportunity to hold him by the neck. He pushes me off, making me land on my back. I got up quickly before he could take advantage. We circled each other once again. He has strength, but he needs more work on his speed. I can use that against him together with his lazy and boring attitude towards this fight. I smirk heavily as he tries to kick me off the ground, leaving his chest unguarded. I move to the side, dodging his attack before landing a blow on his chest. Not letting the pain subside, I round his neck, pinning him down. He tried pushing me off, but I refused to budge. After a few more minutes he tried to release my hold on him. As he finally gives up, signing his defeat, I give up, he says to the man in charge of the fights. The girl wins, he announces. I got off him, helping him up. You good? I can't believe you won, he says, grinning. For a guy who just lost to a girl. You should. My name is Kate, by the way. I say, leaving the fighting circle with him behind me. I took my jacket from the guy holding it with a thank you before placing it over my shoulder. Mine is Jason, but I haven't seen you here before, he says, studying my countenance. I just moved here from another pack. Okay. What if we talk more like a friendly date? He says nervously. Yes, why not? I could try this, even though I will dump him very soon. No offense, I'd do friends. Okay. See you tomorrow at 200. He says, waving me goodbye as he runs back to his group of friends, who also look shocked and impressed. I was about to make my way towards an amused Lillian before I was pulled back into a hand tree, or rather someone's chest. I turned to find no other werewolf, or rather lichen, but Lawrence with a hard stare. I feel the spark flying everywhere. I still feel embarrassed over the way I acted with him during my fight with Britta. I hope Britta is getting better. What do you need, Lawrence? I ask, sighing tiredly, not really in the mood for his tantrum. What are you wearing? He asks, running his eyes over my outfit choice before growling while staring at my exposed waist. Clothes, I say in a tone, giving him a look of, are you serious right now? I study his appearance. He is dressed in sweatpants and his bare chest open for everyone to see. Oh, his chest is so muscular I can just run my hand over it to feel every muscle. What's wrong with me? I blame it on the mate bond. I challenge you to a fight, I say before I could process my words. I clap my hand over my mouth in surprise. Snap out of it, Kate. What a good way to embarrass yourself. He laughs mockingly. I glare intensely at him, feeling insulted. Does he think I can't beat his ass? Okay, let's see what you can do, he says, walking towards the fighting circle. I gape in shock just as everyone immediately steps into the fighting circle with him. The man in supervision signals for the fight to begin. We circle each other before I throw a punch and another, with him blocking them effortlessly. Now everyone's attention is on us, watching the fight going on. You should submit now, he says with a smirk, but I refuse. Even when he is now trying to cut the air from getting into my lungs, you wish I'd kick him on his chest, making him lose his grip on my neck. He tries to pin me down again, but I landed a blow to his stomach, making him fall back. I have bruises on my arm, which I know will heal soon. I jump on him, straddling him, but he switches our position within a blink of an eye. He once again holds my neck. Submit, Kate, he orders. I try moving his hand, which was a wrong move because he moves my right hand, gripping my hand behind my back. I hear a crack as pain rushed through my right hand, meaning he twisted it too hard. I hiss from the pain, biting my lip, holding the scream, forcing it to come out. Hearing this, he let go. I took this time in attacking him with kicks. Because my right hand is already broken, I have to use my leg and also try as much as possible to protect my right hand from his attack. He pushes forward, taking my legs, making me fall on the ground with my broken hand hitting the floor. But again I refuse to shout. He took this to his advantage, getting on top of me, then holding my neck for me to submit. I finally submitted, not being able to bear the pain any longer. At least I put up a good fight. Grandma runs towards me after the announcer says the name of the winner. Are you okay, Kate? I nod because I could not make any sound from the pain in my hand, but I don't need her to worry. I bit back the tries, threatening to come down by biting down my lower lip. Kate, are you crazy? Lillian says dramatically. She tried helping me stand but pulled my broken hand, making me flinch away. She let go, noticing my pain. Are you okay? She questioned in worry. Yes, don't worry, just a broken hand. I pull myself up with her help before walking out of the circle, holding my right hand close to my chest, ignoring the stares I am receiving from my heroic actions, sarcastically speaking. Before I could get any further from the crowd, I felt my feet leaving the ground as Lawrence carries me bridal style. What are you doing? Drop me down, I demand him to put me down. I am taking you to the pack doctor to treat your injured hand. he says sternly. I have this urge to slap him so badly. He is always putting up an act like he cares. But I choose to keep quiet, letting him take me to the pack doctor.